Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Amiri, back with another banger. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Literally, I said, hey, yo. Sorry about that. It's your boy, the Fresh Prince of Zamundan. Yo. So, yeah, man. We failed on that first live. But you know, this is all part of the learning process. We want to get from one place to the other place. It's your boy Amiri, you know. I got my top producer King there. We're gonna do some reactions. Yeah, we're back, girl. We're back like we never left. You know. But yeah, man, that first one, that video, that YouTube was like, no, you can't react to them things there. You get me? Or I think it is, girl. Let me know how many seconds do I have before they start getting onto me before they start getting onto me for fair use and that. I would love to know, because I was under the assumption that that we'll be all right, man. But what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna wait for Gail to give me like instructions as to how long she reckons. We'll know in a second. We'll know in a second. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna give it like 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. Yeah, every 15, 20 seconds, we're gonna stop this. But yeah, this video is entitled, what's it entitled, King? He was scared to say it. Why can't a successful black woman find black man? I would love to know. But I'm sure as I'm such an opinionated person sometimes when it comes to things that are objective, as opposed to people, places, and things, I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about this. So grab your seatbelts. Grab your clipping channels, because something might go viral here. Listen, King. Plug me here. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Let's see.
Hello, Atlanta, and welcome to the Nightline Face-Off. Tonight we are going to find out why a successful black woman can't find a man. That's a topic that we talk about.
If you have any suggestions before this video starts as to why this is, put it in the comment. Because I don't want you lot to be like, after, I knew that was why. No, I want to see before we watch this, what you lot think in the comment section why it is. I think because, before we start, I think it's because there's not a lot of successful black men in the realm of outside entertainment and in the realm of normalcy, where a high percentage of us will be doing high profile jobs. So what tends to happen is, in entertainment, you're required to be a certain way as a black man, which pretty much is like you being poor but just a lot of money in your pocket. So your appetite, your need to spend money on things like a poor person will, holds back people that might not necessarily want to go in that direction. Okay? Oh, that's putting it in the nicest way. Basically, women, they have the option of seeing other successful men as an example to look up to, and they might not necessarily adhere to a successful man that acts like a rapper. And also, black men, the chances of them growing up in wealth is low. So for you to expect me to behave in a certain way, like I've always grew up in wealth when I'm finally wealthy, leaves a lot of women confused as to why you are the way you are. But the stats do show that a lot of black women are with black men. And is it a case that when they become successful, they leave the black men that they're with? I don't know. What do you think? Let me check. What do you lot think? It was a multiple of reasons, but I would love to hear what they have to say on this subject. And I'm not going through that thing. What? When a woman, okay, girl thinks, I think that when a woman becomes successful, you give off that boss energy, aka masculine energy. So she automatically be competing with the man. Men are naturally attracted to that. Let's see.
Amongst ourselves, the guys talk about it with the fellas, and the ladies are talking about it at the beauty shops. So we've heard the statistics report that by age 30, only 50% of black women have tied the knot. That black women outnumber black men in college 2-to-1. And that there are almost 2 million, exactly one.
How much does black men outnumber black women in prison?
0.8 million more black women than black men. So we're asking, who's to blame? I'm going to start right now with Mr. Jimmy Isreal. Why do you think that women cannot find the man of their dreams?
There's nothing wrong with having standards, right? But your standards have...
No. So he's already going to standards.
Be reasonable. And very often, some of these women that are looking for men, you know, what they don't understand is sometimes you have to be the person that you're looking for. So you're looking for somebody that you aren't. And then...
So if you're a boss, you have to look for a boss? What are you saying, mate?
Often, some of these women that are looking for men, you know, what they don't understand is sometimes you have to be the person that you're looking for. So you're looking for somebody that you aren't. And then
I wouldn't necessarily say be the person you're looking for. I would say be around the people that you're looking for. So I can't remember which video I watched, but who said it, man? Was it Sharad Ali? I can't remember. Where they were saying basically, if you want to be with a doctor, learn to be a doctor's assistant. If you want to be with a dentist, be with a dentist assistant. You want to be with a stockbroker, be like a financial advisor. You know, like be in around where you want to find the person that you're looking for, in the hopes that he'll naturally see you out of the crowd, you know? Because he has more chance of being with that person than being with someone that he has no direct connection to, if you get what I mean.
you're sad because you can't find the perfect man. Well, you're not a perfect woman. And the only thing that the Denzel Principle...
This is what I do in like without the camera here. So if it's like you're like, wow, why is he like this? This is what I'm like without the camera here. My man said, what did you say?
For. So you're looking for somebody that you aren't, and then you're sad because you can't find the perfect man. Well, you're not a perfect woman.
You want to find the perfect man, but yet you're not the perfect woman. And that goes both ways. You're the perfect woman, you're not a perfect man. You know? But women do get like confuffled with those kind of guys. They do.
And the only thing that the Denzel Principle says is like, look, sometimes you have to be the person you're looking for. That's it. You know, that's it.
What is the Denzel Principle? What do you mean?
Women are looking for men that don't exist. They're looking for this picture perfect.
Man, to the Denzel Principle. I love how in the new age we just create these new sayings. Makes it sound so smart.
Archetype, this Denzel Washington to come pulling up to their house in a new Maybach Benz with a trunk full of Godiva chocolate and a suitcase full of $100,000 bills, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Wait, why? It will happen, but the percentage of this happening is very small. So I don't want to lie to people and say it doesn't happen because it happened, because you hear one or two girls that come out and say, oh, it's worked for me. I'm happy. You know, they always find the outlier. It worked for me. It's like, okay, now I see why you took the risk. It's like some people say to me about this YouTube space, I know why you took the risk, because I was born for this. I do this shit day in, day out. I don't care. Like, I do this. But some people, I'll be like, right, you risked it. You risked it. You're risking it. Like, and sometimes I am proven wrong. I've proved wrong. Like, I'm like, you know, some people are like, I didn't expect them. I'd be like, you know what? They blew me out. You know, I was wrong about them. You can't get any better than this. Like, we're live in the studio. There's studios upon studios, and I can just hear everyone talking and in the background and stuff over there in the other studio. Something exciting to go over there. Watch out for the channels, the other channels. Stuff is coming. But yeah, man. What do you think, bro? Do you think women should have to be a boss, or they have to be they have to be what they're looking for? Or is he just talking about in terms of qualities?
Sherry, is that what you're looking for?
No, and none of my friends are looking for that. I didn't know Denzel had a Maybach, but no, I don't think that our standards are too high. We should be looking for.
What? I don't know if this is like a new idea, but women's standards are definitely too high, and it's not necessarily something to be like to shame them on, you know, because you should want the best, but then you have to like just hit them with a little bit of realism sometimes and be like, do you really want that? It's not always, the grass is not always greener on the other side, darling. See reasoning, see sense, you know, to be like, you know what, I didn't think about that. I was so caught up in the moment. You're right. You know? Now looking at it, you're right. Maybe me being 5'2", unemployed, you know, or working in McDonald's, I don't go gym, you know, I don't read books, I don't travel. You know, maybe the traveler, millionaire, he's 6'7", drop dead gorgeous. All the girls are chasing him. Maybe he's not for me. Maybe I'm good with this A 5'11" guy who goes to work, who be faithful, he dresses well, he talks to me nicely. Maybe he's the one for me. And we could grow together. And maybe one day we will be millionaires, but in the process, along the journey to success, I'll enjoy it because success is about the journey, not the destination. If we work hard, the chances are very high that we will be successful. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen because I love my partner. I wouldn't have it any other way. Whatever happened to that?
What we are. For me, I'm going, gosh, a man that loves God, a man that loves his family, a man that gets along with his mother, a man that can
Nothing unreasonable so far?
support me as I will support him, a man that can fix my rotisserie because it broke.
You see? Why? Can you fix the rotisserie? So now, let me get my notepad out and add another thing to the list. I have to be able to fix ovens. Bro, come on, women. You started off so well.
Loves his family, a man that gets along,
let's hear it.
a man that loves God, a man that loves his family, a man that gets along with his mother, a man that can support me as I will support him,
All right.
a man that can fix my rotisserie.
That's where you got mad.
Because it broke. You know, a man.
You go, queen. You go. I need my oven fix. Yo. Gone.
I'm in here. I got a 5-year-old little boy, so a man that could come in and add to my son's life.
I'm not getting cancelled today.
A man that doesn't mind seeing me take my wig off and help me take the cornrows out my hair.
I told you. I just came to eat my popcorn and work hard and go home. I'm not here to get cancelled today. Do you understand? I'm not here to get cancelled, bruv. But these unrealistic... Yo!
That can support me as I will support him. A man that can fix my rotisserie because it broke.
No!
You know, a man, I'm in here, I got a 5-year-old.
I mean, I could call a electrician. You know? I could call an electrician.
Little boy, so a man that could come in and add to my son's life.
I mean, I would drop him to school. I'll teach him right from wrong. But not because it's your son. But because that's how I am anyway, again, with little kids or raising them up or showing them the way. Me naturally as a man. Your priorities are so out of sync. So out of sync. Whatever happened to normal men, bro? Like, why is normal men so... That's what we need to investigate, you know. So these women, why has the normal man suddenly become the waste man? What has happened to society that has made the normal man a waste man in the eyes of our counterparts? I would love to know. Listen, Listen. Baby, listen. Girl, tell me why. Tell me why? What's wrong with normal men? One reason. Girl says, see where you can be useful in that man's life. Right, yeah. Also her, take me as I am. You know what I'm trying to say? She would do she would do everything that is required for you to function as a man is what a man needs. That's it. Like, cover the basis of where I am, not matching up too much. That's what we want to hear, bro.
A man that doesn't mind seeing me take my wig off and help me take the cornrows out my hair. Is that too picky?
Wait a minute.
I mean, you say it's TMI, but I mean, I'm just being honest.
But a man also who respects women and actually likes women.
You wrote in the Denzel Principle that too many women try to turn a man into a cross between their girlfriend and a lap dog.
Right.
Does that sound like what Sherry's explaining?
Woo! Listen.
Between their girlfriend and a lap dog.
Do you know what the amazing thing about this statement is? Let's analyze this, what he said. Don't worry about the popcorn. Listen. Let's analyze what he says. He said women want you to be like their girlfriend, but like a dog as well. I wouldn't quite say that's the category for all men. Okay? I would say that women have how we would call it. The modern woman has at her disposal, if she is unable to hold down the perfect man, she has a group of men that fulfilled the same qualities that a successful man has accomplished, but they don't all have that same quality. So I'll give you an example. If she can't get the perfect man, she will have 5 men lined up. One of them is very strong, and that's the guy she'll call when she needs security, or when she needs help lifting stuff or lifting her, or, you know, that strong guy. Then he might not be peed up or have money, so she has the money man. He ain't that good looking, but he have pee. He have my money man, you know. And then she'll have the guy that's her best friend, the emotional. I could always talk to him. He always listens to me. Then she'd have the guy that would take her to the gym and teach her fitness and, you know, help her keep fit. Then she'll have the guy that whenever she don't know anything, or not know anything, but when she's lacking in knowledge in something, she will call that person and he would, you know, drop her the realness of how to do something or how to get things done. She have a guy it's my link guy, like, when I feel like I want to do something nice with myself, that's the guy. She have another guy I'm going to go on a date, make me feel good about myself. I don't take him seriously, but him wanting me makes me feel good about myself. And she will have a list of these guys around her in her equilibrium or in her space. And they will all constantly be onto her or in communication with her, even if she had a boyfriend. And then she would say stuff like, He's only my friend. It's my friend. You're insecure. You're jealous. Oh, you're not ready, or I've known him for years. She will make excuses for why she needs to have them around. But at the same time, that she has a list of these men around her, fulfilling her needs, while she searches for the ultimate man to leave all of them behind. She would have you in the position of, you can't talk to no girls. You can't go out to the club. I'm making sure that I got you locked down while I'm not locked down, Carl. We went through years of this. We went through years of this as women. So it's our turn right now. And I'm not hating. I don't hate the player. I don't hate the player. Or I don't hate the game, because both of them have their reasons to exist. And me, hey, Pearl.
What are we watching?
We're watching why a successful black woman can't find a black man.
Yeah, more race stuff.
Oh, hell.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yo, King, put it down in the middle.
Alright, I'll watch for a little bit. I gotta eat. I'm a little hungry. Oh, you got snacks.
Yep.
Look at you.
Yep. You're sitting down on the chocolate if you want some.
Oh, wow.
It's hazelnut.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, let's do you know what? I'm gonna rewind it for you, babes.
Turn my mic on. Alright, I can't hear myself.
All right. Is anyone in the chat? How many people we got?
We got Gail, Doug.
Oh, shut up. Gail made it here?
Yeah, man.
Gail is everywhere.
Yeah,
that
man.
woman is on every single chat.
Yeah, man. Listen.
Oh my gosh, you got 100 subscribers. Guys, get it monetized so I can spend some money on this man.
Yo, King, put me back to the beginning of this. Yep. You ready for the madness, pal?
This is a horrible work environment, right? It's like
Hello,
awful
Atlanta.
Here.
And welcome to
It's so horrible working here. It's the worst.
It's the worst.
the Nightline.
Yeah, it's the worst working for this establishment. We're treated like slaves.
Yeah.
I know.
Horrible.
So tonight we are going to find out why a successful black woman can't find a man.
Why do you think, Paul?
Because, all right, these are just successful women in general. All right, I'll tell you. I think in life, I think I'm an average looking chick. I'm just going to be honest. I think maybe on a good day I'll be a 6, you know. I feel like now I make a lot of money, right? Now, am I going to start asking for a 9 or a 10? You can't. Like, otherwise you're just going to die alone. You know, just because you make money, that doesn't make you hotter, right? You're as hot as you were when you were 19. And if you weren't getting 9s and 10s then, I don't know why you would suddenly expect to get 9s and 10s now that you make some money.
Hold on, let me edit that point. Mm-hmm. I would say that the effects of money are less on a woman than for a man. In the sense of, it would do more for a man if he had money.
Yeah, I mean, it does nothing really for women. I mean, it attracts bums, so I mean, I'll tell you that much. I let me tell you, you can get an attractive bum man that just, you know, wants you to pay his bills. But is that who you want? I mean, you could do that. Let me. I got a couple offers. You know what I mean? But it's like. So
you're going under the assumption that women's expectations are too high. Well, successful women.
Yeah, because. Again, they're like, oh, I make this much money, therefore I should get a guy on that level. And it's like, well, your money did nothing. Maybe a BBL might. I mean, some girls, you know, who just got here?
Who's that?
Oh, it might be the dog walker, I bet.
Yeah, so that's Pearl's. She has not seen this before, yeah? This, like, when people say she doesn't know anything, it's like, it's go through one ear and one out the other, because it's like, she hasn't seen this video yet, and what do you think they're going to say?
Topic that we talk about
You know what's funny?
amongst our...
It's like half the people that are like, oh, you don't know anything. It's like, well, what do you know? None of them are married either. That's a funny thing. I'm like, we're gonna say this, you know.
Who made you the policeman?
Yeah, I'm just like...
guys talk about it with the fellas and the ladies are talking about it.
I come here to tell everyone can give their opinion. That's the point. We all give our opinion. And like they never can attack what I'm saying. They're always just like, oh, you're single. Oh, you're unmarried. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you know.
Listen, I know there's a lot of people that are married right now.
They say just lonely thing. Yeah, I'm just
that want to be single.
So lonely.
Want to be in Pearl's position.
Yeah, just in a horrible, horrible life. Horrible.
At the beauty shops. So, we've heard the statistics report that by age 30, only 50% of black women have tied the knot. That black women outnumber black men in college 2-to-1. And that there are almost 2 million, exactly 1.8 million more black women than black men. So we're at
yeah, I mean, there's some single ladies out there, you know, single.
It's not working out for them, is it?
You know, I mean, it's not working out for a lot of us. Now, let's identify the problems in a society. Now, a lot of times people are like, oh, Pearl's a big hypocrite because she's single. Well, we could look at as a society, what problems got us here? Let's talk about number one, social media. Let's be honest, as a whole, like let's look at women at large.
So you're admitting that you're single then?
I plead the fifth, all right? Now, what I'm saying is that I would say at large, as a group, social media, not great for women. Birth control, not great for women. Now, what do I mean by great, right? Working, not great for women. Now, what do I mean by great, okay? When I say not great, what does that mean, right? Pearl, your life... it seems to have been worked out for you. Well, I can acknowledge that I am special. I'm the exception.
I come in here every day and you seem to be smiling all the time.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, but as a whole, right? If we took 100 women, are the majority building successful businesses? Are the majority...
nail businesses or entertainment business?
I would say anything, honestly.
No,
the majority of women are not making that much money online. And I know because I can look at your channel and I know what it takes to make money online. So when you're like, oh, I bring home the bag and I see 0 sponsors for you the last month. I see your views are not to the point where you're really making a living off of them. I say, where? Where is this bag, Diane? Where is this bag, Rebecca? I don't see it. So that's my question. My question is, you know, and so 9 out of 10 women, I would say social media just causes them more problems than solutions. Like it's just, oh, that bitch has got lip filler. Then they're going to go through their man who's like cheating on them and like go through all his following and like see whose pictures he liked and blah, blah, blah. That's another headache. Where in the old days, if a man, you know, did some sweet talking on the street,
you wouldn't know.
You wouldn't even know. And if he was wilding too much, then you'd find out. But like, can we just come on? Ignorance is bliss. Let's just call a spade a spade. Yeah. Then on top of that, what else is not good for women? Voting. All of our problems in society happened after. Now you could say, well, we have a higher standard of living now. Do we? No, seriously, do we? Because, you know, there was just a study that came out that said we're ordering less takeout, which seems like a good thing. However, they found...
Wait. We're ordering less takeout.
Yeah, like they're eating in more.
That's an amazing thing,
until they looked into it and saw it was like microwave dinners, you know what I mean? So it's like, are we really, when our great-grandmothers would make these meals from scratch, you would go down to your community center and like hang out with people, are we really living better lives? You could say we're more comfortable, but does comfort equal happiness in a society? Thank you. That's my monologue.
Who's to blame? I'm going to start right now with Mr. Jimmy Isreal. Why do you think that women cannot find the man of their dreams?
There's nothing wrong with having standards, right? But your standards have to be reasonable. And very often, some of these women that are looking for men, you know, what they don't understand is sometimes you have to be the person that you're looking for. So
ignore that part.
So
yeah, that's bad advice. That's bad advice. You certainly are the person. And that's the problem, is a lot of like the blue pill guys will tell us. And guys, I've been a victim of this. I was a woman athlete. You know, and men want you in shape, but they don't really give a shit if I play volleyball or not. You know, it's kind of cool. Like, they might go to your game and, you know, cheer for you, but they're really just cheering because you're in spandex. Let's just be honest. Let's just call a spade, you know what I mean? So, you know, they tell us this as women, and it's just like lie.
But shouldn't I, wait, hold on. If I told the truth, though, you're not going to like it.
Well, I mean, that just depends what your outcome you want is, you know? You want 3 wives. Don't you want a wife you can tell the truth to? If you want a wife you want to lie to forever, then go ahead. But, you know, it depends what outcome. If you want the relationship outcome where you're lying, okay, then do that, you know? I don't know how to get laid. I don't teach men how to get laid. So if that's working for you guys...
If it's working, guys, work with it.
I mean, I still think it's haram. I want to actually make something clear. A lot of people think I'm pro cheating and I'm pro sleeping around. My whole point, you know, and I'm really not for that. I don't think it's good for society at large. You know, I think it leads to, you know, a lot of issues and like polygamy as a society, like just, you know, issues. But what I will say is that, you know, men cheating is women's fault. Yeah, I said it. All right. I said it. Now, they always say I'm pandering because I say everything's women's fault. And the problem is I mean it. Yeah. So, yeah, because when men cheat, if they didn't have anyone that would agree to cheat with them, they wouldn't cheat.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Wait, unless they were fruity.
Well, I mean, you know what? The women that get cheated on with a dude, that's your L. That's just your L in life. I'm just being honest. Like, I would be so offended if I got cheated on with a dude. Oh my! I'd be like, I turned this man gay. That's just an L. That's just like, take your L and move on.
Do you know? I've got a serious question for you, Pearl.
Yeah.
Do you think? Who do you think is more of a problem? Yeah, blue pill men or modern women?
Oh my gosh, there's so many problems with both. Gosh, I would say the simps are the biggest problem because they started everything. Now I have to say, like, women, we took advantage and we did all this, and they say I won't go in on the men, but I will go in on the simps. I will, like the simps.
Bro, you lot are the problem.
The problem, yeah, like.
They are, Pearl. Because like, if all men were a certain way, what are women gonna do?
Nothing.
Exactly, bro. It's like
yeah. But and like they simps started off wrong by giving women the right to vote. Yeah, I believe this. There's a guy. I swear, there's a guy. The deciding vote on if women got the right. I just learned this the other day. The deciding vote. Oh gosh, on giving women the right to vote. All right. Mm-hmm. Was a dude whose mom was a suffragette. Mm-hmm. So basically, his mother wrote him a letter encouraging him to give women the right to vote. And then he did it because his mom said. So all of our problems today really tie back to women voting. I'm serious. Now, you could say, Pearl, well, you're on social media. Well, Pearl, you're on, like, how do you're not 21 and married. Well, we all have been lied to by feminism. You know what I mean? And the other thing is that, yeah, like, I shouldn't even be allowed to have a say in this country. Well, I shouldn't even be allowed to. Why'd you guys allow this?
Because we love you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, the love hurts.
We love our mums.
For somebody that you aren't, and then you're sad because you can't find the perfect man. Well, you're not a perfect woman. And the only thing that the Denzel Principle says is like, look, sometimes you have to be the person you're looking for. That's it. You know, that's it.
What is the Denzel Principle? What do you mean?
Women are looking for men that don't exist. They're looking for this picture-perfect archetype, this Denzel Washington to come pulling up to their house in a new...
Do you like Denzel?
I'm not a big movie person.
Maybach Benz.
I think he's attractive. I think if it's the guy I'm thinking of, but I don't even know.
From American Gangster.
I haven't seen it.
Wait.
I grew up on YouTube.
Wait, what? I'm not even gonna get into this. Have you seen City of God?
Nope.
Damn. Let me think of it. Have you seen Scarface?
No. Isn't that your Instagram name?
Oh my God.
That's how I know it.
You have not seen Scarface?
Yeah, I thought Scarface was your name for a while.
No
So
way.
it's your Instagram name. I'm not very good with names.
Have you seen Carlito's Way?
Nope.
Have you seen Godfather?
I've heard of it, but nope. Yeah.
Trunk full of Godiva chocolate and a suitcase full of $100,000 bills.
I really think we need to get... Is Michael here? King Richie's.
Yo, Mike.
King Riches. Michael.
Oh, he's chatty patting in the back.
Oh, okay. I was like, he needs to see this nonsense.
Bro.
And it's not...
Come here. I need you to see this nonsense. Pull a mic. What happened? Yeah, this is crazy.
Yo.
I don't know. King, I need you to pull a camera up because I need King Riches to see this nonsense. Oh, that chair.
Go in that chair.
I need your opinion on this. Now these women want to know why they can't find a man.
What?
Same old story.
I'm just saying, who's more qualified? We've all talked to hundreds of women. I mean, for Amiri, it was outside of clubs, right? But and for us, it's on the show. But we've all spoken to hundreds of women.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking to all these women has become the bane of my existence now.
Wait, yeah. So wait, before this video is titled, why successful black women can't find successful men.
Oh my God.
What before we press play, what do you think is your reason for why they can't find them?
Like, to be honest, my thing is this, like, with women in general in the West, with this being a boss and I'm independent and strong and all of that, what happens is they get to a point where they don't feel like they would respect the average man or even the guy on her level. Like, it's a problem where, like, you know, a lot of guys, they don't mind to date down, and women want to date up. That's the natural order of things. So if the typical woman out there who is probably average in looks or whatever, she becomes this boss, independent, strong, etc., she's going to be looking down at the majority of men, the men that are actually evenly yoked with her.
That's what I said. Money doesn't make you hotter.
Yeah.
And that's the hard truth. You can buy some stuff, you know, a BBL, some fake lips, but like, I've honestly seen some plastic surgery transformations, and I just don't think it makes them look that much better. Like a little bit, but
I think though all that plastic surgery is very obvious, to be honest, and a lot of guys don't really want to make that their wife. Like most guys will want to be with a woman that just looks pretty naturally, like that is her. She woke up like that she goes to sleep like that. Like, do you know what I mean? With all the plastic surgery, it's gonna get you that, you know, that extra sexual attention that'll make you feel good and boost your ego, but really and truly, those guys just want to smash. They just want the vagina, and then once they've done it, you know, that's it. That's the end of the story. Like, do you know what I mean? And so, that's it.
Listen, this is what I was thinking. I was thinking the amount of things they ask for once they're successful is too much. They start saying he needs to be able to he needs to be able to fix the washing machine. He needs to be able to paint the house. He needs to be able to do the gardening. He needs to be able to, it's like the list of things that they can't do, but they want him to be able to do. So even if he was rich and he's not their type, they'll find a reason why he's not their type.
I think the favorite word of modern women these days is more. literally more. Like that's the thing. It's like, because before, back in the day, like, you know, when you listen to a lot of songs from back in the day, they was just really asking for a man to just have a job. Now, just having a job is not enough. Now you need to be making 6 figures. Now you need to be making more. You're hearing like a lot of women these days saying that 6 figures isn't even enough no more. That's crazy. Even though the average salary for the average guy out there has not changed, but now making 6 figures is not enough. You only make 6 figures, and all these women coming out acting like they all are making 5 times that. It's just not realistic. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not feasible. Don't make sense.
And do you know what as well? It just lets me know that they don't make that much money, because after a certain amount of money, you don't need extra. It's like, what is that extra little bit extra going to do for you? So it'll be like the sense of this. I think after you reach about 90 to 80K in terms of pounds, anything extra will be surplus.
It depends what kind of lifestyle, but I think
in terms of a relationship, like to have a normal, like you could take her out on dates. I
think this would be solved if women had real hobbies.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm serious.
No, their hobbies are shopping.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, you see, and maybe this is just me. I'm a little biased, you know, but I have a lot of hobbies, and it's like, am I really gonna be asked to be taken to these crazy restaurants? I got stuff to do. You should too. You should have like 3 kids running around. Yeah. Like, well, you need to be taking it. How often do moms really go on dates? Can we just call a spade here? They go on dates like what, once a month?
No, that's the thing. The modern woman's hobby is shopping and stunting on Instagram. That's the hobby. And what do they need to stunt on Instagram? They need all the materialistic trinkets, and they need all of these experiences and these extravagant dates so that they can stunt and make other women jealous and make other men think, I wanna smash her too. So that's what it really boils down to, in my opinion. Like, what do you
mean? They love attention.
Of course, we all know that attention is currency, bro. We all know that, bro.
So what is the attention the thing?
That's why they get so mad at me. They'll be like, oh, Pearl's ugly, Pearl's this, Pearl's that. And it's because they're like, they can't fathom that I get more attention than them. Like, it's like, it's like crazy to them. They're like, well, she doesn't look good, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, whatever. Like,
they don't even know what men really want necessarily.
They don't even care, bro.
Yeah.
They don't, like, bruh, like, this is why every time, like, I have these girls on the show, it doesn't even matter what age they are, and I ask them, what do you bring to the guy's life? Like, what benefit does he get from having you around? They don't know, and really and truly, they don't care, because if they cared, they would know. They would invest time and energy into find out, how can I actually help this guy? They don't care. They care about what they get. That's why they have a long laundry list. They talk about things that are not even in a man's control.
So that's leading me down to what I was thinking before in terms, I think it's men's fault then.
What do you mean?
Because if you're allowing like subpar partners in your lives and you're still treating them like they're the best of the best, then they'll
I'll tell you why. No. This is this original simp's fault for letting women vote. Because this is mine. Because hear me out. Men have to appease the women if they want to see their kids. Because if not, she can just get mad and take the kids. So men are always at like there. It's like if me and you are in a contract, right? Even if there's no marriage contract, me and you just had a kid, right? If I leave, I have all the power. If you leave, you have no power. So you're always going to be trying to appease me because you have more to lose than I do.
Yeah.
So I think it changes the way that we interact in relationships. Now, why are these laws legal? Because everyone's like, well, we all have a say. Well, women decide elections. So the politicians in power represent women more than men. So why? Now, when did that start? When we got the right to vote. Repeal the 19th, baby.
I'd love to know. I would love to know what percentage of us actually vote, though. Do you know what I mean? As black men, do we actually vote? Have you voted before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You vote? I have never voted. I
think once.
I've never participated in a British election.
Well, you should.
Never.
You should. I voted. See, but this is the problem.
But for who, though?
Who did I vote for?
No. Who should I vote for?
Yeah, that's the other problem because both parties are catering to women, which is why women shouldn't have to vote to begin with. You know what, guys? I make this case stronger and stronger. It started as a joke, but every day I make this case stronger and stronger.
Hey, let's check this video out because that's what we're here, man. Let's check
it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
Sherry, is that what you're
You didn't miss anything with him.
looking for?
No, and none of my friends are looking for that. I didn't know Denzel had a Maybach, but no, I don't think that our standards are too high. We should be looking for what we are. For me, I'm going, gosh, a man that loves God, a man that loves his family, a man
2,
that gets along with his mother,
3,
a man that can support me as I will support him,
4.
a man that can fix my rotisserie because
Come on. But 5, okay.
broke. You know, a man.
You go, girl.
I'm in here.
damn.
I got a 5-year-old little boy, so a man that could come in and add to my son's life. A man that doesn't.
Single mothers be out here trying it, bro. Why didn't you just say from this number 1, I just need a man to look after my son and me, bro? Why is that number 6? Why did you have to fix the rotisserie before you look after us?
He take my wig off and help me take the cornrows out my hair.
Yeah, it keeps
Don't get cancelled, Pearl.
Wow. This list just keeps going. You know what? Wait, I want a guy to brush my hair. Yeah, let's. She's got points, you know? I'm going to add, yeah.
Too picky?
I mean, that
I mean, you say it's TMI, but I mean, I'm just being honest.
But a man
It is too much.
who respects women and actually likes women.
You wrote in the Denzel
translate. A man that does whatever I say.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the translation.
That goes along with the sisterhood. That's able to shame and insult someone. That's able to cancel them at the will of them. That could bring up these names like misogyny and chauvinism, and they don't know what they mean.
I know. All right, I'm so hungry. I gotta go.
Yeah, bye. Come.
But I have to eat dinner. But I just felt like I needed to show my face on this channel. Guys, make sure you clip this because we're trying to get Amiri to 1,000 followers. Subscribe. Please subscribe.
Wait, did you say 1,000 followers?
Yeah, so you can get monetized.
10 million.
Okay, we have to start with 1,000. Like
10 million. Listen, best channel in the world, man. Best network in the world. We gotta love it.
Women.
All right, so we can't make this up. This is completely random. We're all up in here. We're working hard. Trust me. Behind this camera, there's about a dozen of people working hard to make sure that we all are successful in this madness. So, click the like, man.
Try to turn a man into a cross between their girlfriend and a lap dog.
Right.
Does that sound like what Sherry's explaining?
Well, yeah, but she's looking for some man to help her take out her weave. Really? Seriously?
Because you know,
come on now.
yeah, but really, seriously, because that's the most intimate part of what I do.
Really?
And I'm not gonna. Yeah, my girlfriends will help me, yes. But if I'm sitting at home with my man, maybe instead of playing the Xbox all day, I'll play with you. Sometimes I'll play football with you, and you can help me take the cornrows out of my hair. I don't.
What? What am I hearing? So now I have to be a hairdresser as well.
See anything?
Yo, Helen, do I have to be a hairdresser to get a good woman these days?
On with that kind of partnership.
You should be able to be who you are. For
In
real.
front of your
Weave
partner.
off, weave.
King, do you know how to do dreads? Do you know how to do braids? Do you know how to do weave? You're a bad man. Yeah? Shift me across.
There's a message for you. Someone DM me. You gotta tell Amiri to stop eating on stream.
That's what I do.
He's got popcorn everywhere. He's getting popcorn all over the microphone. I'm trying to support in the chat, but it's tough.
I eat food. I'm a foodie. But if you don't want me to eat food, okay, cool. Look, no more chocolate hazelnut for me, all right? Yeah? No more popcorn, nothing. Whatever you say goes. No more food. Yeah? God damn. I took my food away. Cheese and bread. Come, put some volume on me, man. Put some volume on me, man. I can't hear. Sit. Yeah, let's rewind that because what the girls going mad for?
I just said me personally. There's nothing personal against you, Sherry.
Wait, what?
I'll play with you sometimes. I'll play football with you, and you can help
You could play with me anytime you want, but that does not mean I'm gonna do your hair, woman.
me take the cornrows out of my hair. I don't see anything wrong with
What do you have girlfriends for?
that kind of partnership.
You should be able to be who you
I'll pay for your hair if you're my babes. You know?
are. For
In
real.
front of your
Weave
partner.
off, weave on. I mean, you should be able to be real at home. You want that fantasy?
Oh, you don't want the real. You do want the shallow.
So basically what you're saying is that on the roads and in your workplace, your boss, the real boss, your real boss, gets to see you in your best, gets to see you with your makeup on, with your hair did and everything. And then me, at home, I have to take you as you are. Love me as I am. Yeah.
In my book, I just said me personally. There's nothing personal against you, Sherry. It's just, me personally. I like a sister with a natural, with a nice natural
And
hairdo.
you'll get it if you help me take the cornrows out.
Woo. Listen. Let's if your hair smells lovely, if you have hair and you're wearing like wigs and stuff above your hair, it's not affecting your hairline or anything, and you're doing it for the fun of it, you're doing it because you want a different look, it's okay. Where people tend to get hung up on this is that we don't want you to leave it in for too long, where it's all sweaty and you all day, and it's shifted aside and it's smelling, and keep yourself in tip-top condition. Change it up. Let your natural hair out so people could be like, oh, wait, she has got, you know what I'm saying? Let me observe that. Because I honestly, I love my black women. But you look carrying with some real efferys. Yo, hang tight, Doug, man. My fourth Zamundan. Don't think I don't see you. Yeah? Don't think I don't see you out there. My guy Doug. You know what I'm trying to say? Come on.
Wait a second, Sherry. Okay. Men are visual creatures. Men are really visual creatures.
We are indeed extremely visual creatures.
We're not that complex. So you want us to be
We are complex, but in a simple way.
able to switch channels from taking your weave out to be able to thinking of you as the hot woman we married.
Not just that, I have to do 1,029 million jobs. Like, you have to ask these women, these black women, do they require their white, our white male counterparts that they choose to be with, do they require them to do their cane rolls and that? Do they require them to cook jerk chicken and you have to be able to do this and like I don't see it. They require less from them in terms of things that you require from us. And that would lead me to the question to think, do black men require a lot from black women which we don't require from white women? And I would love for that to be like something that I'll discuss at a later date, maybe with a proper panel here talking about that. Because that brings into question: are we really compatible for each other? Do we really want to be compatible for each other? You know?
Really, you want to switch that channel?
But did you?
Is that reasonable?
You know what? You'll get that, and you also, I want somebody that I can share the real with.
Right.
I want somebody that can know that, yes, I will give you the glamour. Yes, you can get.
Oh my God! Just no, another one. That's another one. Yeah, that wasn't included with the list of other things she included before or prior.
A little bit of the freak, but yes, you can get some of the real. And yes, when those days are that there's no glamour, you still will have a woman in your corner going, baby, I know they have put you down, but I am here.
Yeah, but if you're there and the house is dirty and we're beefing yesterday and the day before that, we're all toxic and there's bare man hollering you and you're going out clubbing and doing this and just, it's not going to work out because, again, I'll sacrifice that part of a relationship. No, sorry. Let me put it some different way. I would rather not have to sacrifice that part of a relationship and choose a woman that wasn't necessarily visually as appealing as a woman that I would accept it from. Because as men, we do tend to accept certain things from women we have a thing for that we wouldn't require other people to have in terms of friends or potential partners. So it's something that we should be looking out for.
Or a wig. I am here for you.
I want to refocus the conversation just a little bit.
Okay.
Because let's really set the context. You know, we have this question behind our heads: why can't a successful black woman find a man? And I love the fact that we're having this conversation, but this is a serious issue. What we're talking about here is saving the black family.
You see, the question isn't why can't successful black women find successful black men? That's a different topic. That's why as black men we need to listen sometimes, bro. Lock off that thing we have where we want to say what we want to say and say it proudly and listen carefully. Listen.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
Because let's really set the context. You know,
set the context.
We have this question behind our heads.
What is the question?
Why can't a successful black woman
Why can't a successful black woman
find a man?
Find a man. Any man. Any man that wants them, they will have them. Any man. Because nobody wants them right now. Because you lot are doing the same thing that modern women are doing, but you have an attitude with it. So you demand and expect everything, but you have an attitude with it. And the thing is, it's like some men, you've beaten men down to the point where they say, you know what, I'd accept the crap and I'll accept all of this, but I'm going to accept the attitude with it. I'm not going to accept the attitude with it. I know I might have to pay for all the dates. I know I might have to protect you even though you're loud and obnoxious and you're getting yourself into trouble. I know that you treat your boss well and when it comes to me, you ain't got no time for me to be chatting to me in a nice way. I know that you would cook for someone if you were really, really, really super wanting to be in their good books and attracted to them. I know this. I know when you answer the phone, you're like, hello, hi. You have that wonderful voice that is far from wonderful when you're speaking to me. I know this. And I'm willing to accept it. But when my, I don't want to say authority because it's like, that word seems to have a bad taste in black women's ecosphere, because not just in their head but in their bodies as well. The authority of a man that they're supposed to be putting their full faith in. And there's something about not fully committing to someone that doesn't fully put their 100% faith in you. To the point where sometimes you might be like, I don't want to actually do it with you or do this thing with you because you just don't trust me anymore. You know, you just don't like someone always on your case. Like, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. That's like, it's like that kind of, you know, insecurity. Like, and it's like we are brought up by this set of women, so we know exactly what they're like. So it's not to say we're going into this and we're prejudging every woman by the same standard. Far from it. But what we're getting to is that we've seen it as in our sisters, in our mums, in the woman across the road when we stop and chat to her, when in the club, at the house party, at school, at uni, we come across these set of women that have this same kind of characteristic, and we run for the hills. You know? And I would love to have the time and the patience to actually sit down and break down each and every wall, because I perhaps will end up with you. You know? The patience was there still. If you were my first love still, without the heartbreak, then yeah. And then it always comes to this point where they're like, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Biatch, it was you! You did! A girl that looked just like you did it. That acts just like you. So I know what I'm getting myself into. She acts just like you. There's no individual. You don't even dress differently. You dress the same. You put your makeup on the same. You have the same weave. You have the same look, the same attitude, the same phrases, the same smell, the same colognes perfumes you wear, the same places you go and party, the same places you go and take pictures that I ate here, the same holidays, the same music you listen to, the same. So when you say I'm different, I find it hard to believe you. And when you say, please give me a chance, I find it hard because I gave someone just like you a chance. And you can say the same for man, but it's different because for me, when I grow older, my development increases. It increases. My value increases as I get older. Okay? Because you don't want me when I'm 21 and jobless and my balls is dropping and I want to have sex 24/7, 6 days a week. So, you know, you don't want that. Okay? So as I'll go back to the question is, and it's very important that we listen properly. The question is, why can't successful black women find successful men? So this means everyone. Because what we're assuming now is that black women aren't concerned about black love. Again, they're concerned about me. They're concerned about if the black man is able to be with any woman under the surface of this earth. They all love the black man. Under the surface of this earth, no matter the race, the religion, the quality, there's something about these black men. They want that. As black women, they want that. So they could go to black men and say, look who want me. Look him want me. Look him want me. Look him want me. So they could look you in the face and say, I don't need you. You try to be my boss. I don't want someone that looks like me, that has the best interest for me to be my boss. Message. So what am I do? So this is what them I do. Them I do what certain other people do, and them I hug up and squeeze up upon the wrong people them. You understand? And it's not necessarily the wrong people them because they are the wrong people. it's because you're the wrong person. And the reason why you're the wrong person is because you don't know what it takes to be successful, because no one taught you how to be successful. Message. I could go on for days upon days, bro. Lord.
I love the fact that we're having this conversation, but this is
You know you're not, because you got the question wrong. They're not concerned about black men. They're concerned about anyone. I want to be with anyone. Anyone that would have me and love me and take my bullshit without me having to change who I am in order to find someone that would want me. You know, because this is what we do as I want to say, as successful men. This is what we do. I look at my life and I see how can I improve on it, and I improve on it, and I take action on it. I suggest you do the same.
Serious issue. What we're talking about here is saving the black family.
No, we ain't. We ain't talking about saving the black family. We're not. We're not. We're talking about destroying the black family right now, right here. That's what we're talking about. Because if they want to find a black man, they can find a black man. Trust me. Is successful? What percentage of black men are in terms of the general population are successful? So now you're already saying, let me ask Siri. Because you don't think you could pass these little things. Like, I sit down, do you know much? For years, I sit down and I watch these things and I'm like, bro, I wish I could just say what like, some chatting crap, man. You know, that kind of feeling where you just have your voice like, some chatting crap. Some chatting. Hey, Siri, what percentage of America are... All right, wait, I'm not finished. Hey Siri, what percentage of America are black men a successful part of? I would say, be easy on me, because I know Siri is a bit of a, you know. Don't worry, man. That's Siri's friend or something. What percentage of the US, why are employment rates so low among black men? That's the first thing that comes up here. It says 2.5 million black men are in the upper class. What? There's about 30 million black people in America. What, and 2 million of that is 2.5 million of 30 million is successful black men in the upper class, I would say, according to this, which I think is a bit skewed. I don't believe there's 2.5 million successful, you know, what they're measuring success by is another subject. But what's the population of the US? 300 something million, right? So, bruv, 300. Let's just say America had half the people. Yeah, no. If you double the amount of black men there was, and you half the amount of people that were in America, you still wouldn't even have 1%. Still not even 1%. Still not even 1%. 1%. So when they say they're looking for this black guy, they're lying, because they could see it in front of them. Because girls know about money. They know. So, do you feel? All right. Let's play devil's advocate for a second. Do you think that a successful black woman is going to choose a working class 6-foot black man over a 6.3 Latino multi-billionaire. A successful black woman. Successful one. She's like, El perro de Rocky. She's speaking full Spanish. What are we chat about? Full Spanish. So I don't want to hear this. You, Mr. Man, you got this question wrong. They're looking for man.
That's what we're talking about. And so, in 1966, 84%.
It's almost like they feel like, I love black man, because sometimes that's probably the only man that gives you any attention.
Of African American children being raised in two-parent households. Fast forward to 2006, that number's at 31%.
What you need to sit down and do is say to yourselves, what can we do that would make us more appealing or more attractive to men? If you really want to solve the issue, that should have been the question. But what
Is
do I know?
saving the black family. That's what we're talking about. And so, in 1966, 84% of African American children being raised in two-parent households. Fast forward to 2006, that number's at 31%.
Yeah.
So we are bearing witness to...
Wait, what was the number before? To 31? What was it?
84% of African American children.
Yeah,
and so, in 1966, 84% of...
In 1966, 80% of black households were male and female. Then you fast forward, and the number is...
African American children being raised in two-parent households. Fast forward to 2006, that number's at 31%.
31%. That was 2006, and that was, according to me, 15, that's 17 years ago. So I'm sure the number has decreased even further.
Yeah.
So we are bearing witness to black men and black women, even when we're having kids, not being together, not staying together.
If Sherry has the point of she wants a man who can deal with the real of her, if his principle is we're very aesthetic people.
You see, you got poor or lower class women keeping babies, and you've got upper class and rich women deleting them. What do you think would happen to your society if that keeps on happening?
We love the visual. There has to come an understanding. I can understand wanting the real, but in the reality of it, in your man's DNA, he's not built to take your cornrows out, nor does he want to.
Right.
The fact that you want him to do it does not set aside the fact that that ain't in his DNA.
What's it say? The average black man makes $41,500 a year. Amiri, no, there's 350 million people in the US. Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah, that's what we said. 350 million people are in the US, right? And there is 30 million African Americans, right? So that would make black African Americans 10% of the American population. Now, what the stat is that 2.5 million black men are in the upper class. So what my point was that even if you halved the amount of the total population of America, even if you halved it, black men still would not be even upper class, would not even be 1% of the upper class of America, of the whole population of America. Even if you halved America, if half the people just disappeared, black men still would not be 1% of the population that are upper class, bro. That are wealthy. Even if you half the population is what my point was. Sad.
You think he should not, nor does he want to.
Right.
The fact that you want him to do it does not set aside the fact that that ain't in his DNA. You think he's showing his love to you is doing everything you want.
Right. And you know what? I find it so hard sometimes to listen to Steve Harvey because sometimes I feel like he has an agenda that he has to follow. That's why I kind of like the YouTube space sometimes because you can just say pretty much almost what you want with limitations.
To take your corn.
No, let's go back to what his point was.
They're
so
very
so we could digest it in full.
People. We love the visual. There has to come an understanding. I can understand wanting the real, but in the reality of it.
So he could understand like how we want it to be, but the reality of it is what?
In your man's DNA, he's not built to take your cornrows out.
Right. Perfect. It's not built in him to do that. Go find your girlfriend and them to do that, help you do that. And while you lot do that, chat about this and that and whatever, boom, 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 you lot have your little socializing time. That's what you do, man, with the girls.
Nor does he.
Man ain't gonna sit down and do your hair for you. That's some next modern age, burn some sage, man that manicured toenails and nails and Jerry curl their hair and they wax their eyebrow kind of. I only use one ply of tissue for my arse when I wipe it, kind of smelling of roses, kind of fluffy breads, bruv. Fluff.
Want to.
Right.
The fact that you want him to do it does not set aside the fact that that ain't in his DNA. You think he's showing his love to you is doing everything you want.
Exactly. But yet you don't want that man because he's too easy. He's a pushover.
Maybe you don't know how men love.
Maybe simps should just say no. Learn how to say no. I love you, but no.
Could that be your problem? Because in our DNA, nothing in our DNA has us taking out cornrows. Please understand that. If you got a man in here that can cornrow your hair and take it out, that ain't your man.
That ain't your man. That's somebody else's man. Yeah. That was part one of that. That was part one of that. I'm not even going to stop this video. I'm going straight into part two. You know? Straight into part two. As the Zamundan prince I totally enjoyed that. I did. Thanks for whoever sent that to me.
It's the misinformation that we have about each other.
All right. Misinformation about each other.
Your grandmothers have taught you things that's just absolutely not true. Wait on a man to ask you to marry him.
You see, they told us what worked for them, what their grandparents were taught. A style of living or a way of life that has worked for thousands and thousands of years. It has worked for eons upon eons and brought you forth into this world. And in her pursuit of seeing you in a successful and fruitful relationship and state of mind, she told you what she did or what he did to create that atmosphere.
Well, see, hold up.
Now, things do change. But as my wise granny once said, things also stay the same. And no matter how many times you try to remake the wheel, it comes back around, man. You know? You always go back to the same way of making it a circle because it's the best way to make it. They've been doing it the longest. It's been working. If it's not broke, why are you trying to fix it? You know, and that leads to the problem. Why are you trying to fix it? We were on our way. Before we listened to them, we were on our way. Before you let the snake on the tree that convinced you that what it thinks you should be consumed with was more important than the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture. The ability to look at the bigger picture is what escaped us. And we have not found that back yet. And then we will claim that we lack organizational skills and we lack the skill to work with each other, as if that's not a learnt skill. As if other people woke up and knew straight away to work together.
You have every right to know where your life is going and what timetable is going on. See, we leave out something with this marriage thing.
Mm-hmm. What do we leave out, Steve?
Oh, well, I want to get married. He ain't asked me. Do you know you all?
Oh, he's going back to we should. So this is what I mean when I say I have a problem with Steve Harvey, because it's like what would I call it? You see, like in my head, I'm thinking problem, create the problem, create the uproar, and then offer the solution of something you predetermined you wanted the action to be. I can't remember the term. And I know it's slightly off of where I'm trying to get my point to, but it's similar in the sense that it kind of describes what I feel like when it comes to Steve Harvey. In a sense of this, you would say something, a point that's very good, and I'll agree on it, but I'll agree on it for different reasons for why you're explaining it. So let's go back to what he's saying.
You're in a relationship. You have every right to know where you're...
It was before this.
It's the misinformation that we have about each other.
Right. The misinformation we have about each other. We're misinformed. So correct. So perfect. Men are not understanding women as much. Women are not understanding men as much. We haven't been taught what our likes and dislikes of the other person are, so we could better live amongst each other. That's what I get when he says this. But what he meant when he says this is that women being in the messed up state that they're in, despite all their faults, despite all their inconveniences, despite all of their hiccups, despite of all of their insane thoughts and insatiable appetite for waste, and despite all of that, they should not change anything about themselves other than they should not wait for a man to ask them to be with them. They should go out there and be more manly and do more things wrong. Add another notch of wrong things. Steve, have you seen those videos where women are asking men to marry them and the men are like, gotta walk away. And what are you telling these women, bro? Maybe the problem isn't that women are not going up to men and asking them to marry them. Maybe the problem is that women aren't good enough for the men to go up to them and ask them to marry them. Is that a weird concept, Steve? Are you going to get in trouble for saying this? Are your female audience not going to clap when you say it, so you don't say it?
Your grandmothers have taught you things that's just absolutely not true.
Man, I smoke here and bunty up this thing, bro. I don't care who it is, bro. You get me?
Wait on the man to ask you to marry him. Well, see, hold up. You're in a relationship. You have every right to know where your life is going and what timetable is going on.
You have every right to know where your life is going or what timetable you're working on. Me. He's not saying to go up to your men and have a discussion as to whether marriage is on the table and as to a time frame when it's happening. No, he's saying you should be the man in the relationship and ask to marry. Because you ain't got no time left. Because you 30, you over 30, you hit the wall so hard, you decide no more roads for me and no more roads for you. When the wall hits, there's no more roads for me and no more roads for you. Because I said so. Me. When I say it's time to be in a relationship. So now, before it was, girl, you, why are you getting kids now? Why are you getting married now? Wait. Maybe men want to wait now. Maybe we want to wait. Where's our encouragement? Where is our encouragement, Steve? Where is our encouragement? We want to wait. We want to wait till we're 40 to do this. We want to wait till we're 40. And when we do this, we're looking at the whole pool of women when we're doing this. We're saying, okay, let's make a list. I'm checking it twice. I need to find out who was naughty and who was nice. That's what I want to do. So I put a list on one side and I put a list on the other side. And if you remember part one, let's hear her list. So number one, she is 35 years old. She has a son from another previous relationship, a relationship that she wasn't married in. So she didn't need to get divorced. She's a single mother that wants you to look after her son. Take out her cane rows and her weave. You have to be able to be chivalrous and be slightly gangster at the same time. Be able to listen to her and take advice while putting her in her place. While you have to be 6'5", but yet listen to a 5'1" person with their finger in your face. She has a whole collection of men that she has slept with. She has a whole collection of men that still chat to her on her social media at her big ass age. She is a boss of a company that hires 1 or 2 people to sell her nails that came from China. She has a bad attitude problem from her previous relationships. She no longer speaks to her mother. She has a whole heap of men as her friends because she does not get along with women. She has learned that they are not worth it. She has been to every part of the world where sex trade happens. She is so into her star signs. I'm a Leo. I'm a Sagittarius. She's so into her crystals and her feng shui. She has never seen a therapist, yet she has self-proclaimed herself as ADHD, as psychopathic. Yeah? That's list number one. Now, list number two is a 24, 23-year-old woman who has never been in a relationship before, has slept with 2 men, her skin is smooth and soft and no cracks. She wants to learn from you. She wants to develop from you. She's willing to cooperate from you. She listens. She stays quiet. She has the girls. She goes and does her nails and does her hair and stuff and keeps herself in tip-top shape. She's in the gym looking after herself. She talks to her mum. She has no kids. God, who would you choose? Ladies, who would you choose if you was a man? Who? About ask me to marry. Do you think that's the problem?
See, we leave out something with this marriage thing. Oh, well, I want to get married. He ain't asked me. Do you know you all are on a whole nother clock than us? You all have a biological clock.
So he acknowledges that they are on a different clock to us. So if my clock ain't struck 12 yet, why do you want me inside like Snow White and Cinderella? Your clock has struck 12. The wall hit you like Humpty Dumpty hit the floor. And you want me to go inside like I'm grounded? Come on. You have to make the arrangement beneficial for me. You have to make me see the advantages of being with your ass. Like, am I bugging?
That's steady ticking from the time you turn 18. We ain't got no clock. We do not have a clock. Yeah. See right there. So by 25, you start getting a little bit more serious. By 30, you say, I'm 30. Why? I got to have a child. A guy turns 30.
Yeah, Max. Future voice. She for the streets. She for the streets. She for the streets. I was watching a thing where girls, they went absolutely mad for Blueface because he said, if you are an SX worker, like on OnlyFans, you are a modern day prostitute. Because there is an exchange of goods and services for money, and that goods and services is the sex trade. You're a glorified prostitute. And we do not want our daughters, our sisters, our mums being curtailed and being influenced to do things which will be detrimental to them later on in life. Is that a mad concept? Do I hate you because of that? Am I a bad guy because I don't want to be around that and encourage that and participate in that? Am I a bad guy? So who's the good guy? Who is the good guy?
There's nothing in us that says we have to have a child. There's
nothing. Have to.
Nothing in 30 that says we have to be married.
Nothing. Our clock is still not even struck 12 yet. In fact, Jamaicans are now coming into the party at that age. We're now walking in, Caribbean, Trinidad man now walking in. You know when you say come, arrive at 8 o'clock? They're coming at 10 o'clock to party. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. They were now whopping like, yo, Willie Bunks. Yo, come on, bruv.
The only thing kicks in with us at 30 is I got to start getting my money right.
Money right. Because you pass the point of certain things gratifying you in terms of your the journey starts to not make sense unless the destination's coming close. Make heed to the destination. And in the taking heed towards the destination, the dream of our destination becomes more apparent to us. And when it becomes more apparent to us and more realistic to us, as we say, we are visual. When we see things that are more like attainable, it becomes easier to attain. So we rush to it even further. So the worst time to try and lock me down is when I could see where I'm heading and knowing that you are not going to take me there or you're not going to help me to get there, but you're going to hinder me from getting there. Message. Do not be a hindrance from me becoming successful.
But then we are engaged in so much foolishness by the time we're 30. We're so caught up in the game of showing our manhood as a player, as the man, that we now have our life out of order. And once your life is
boring.
Out of order, you're
chatting so much crap, bro. So much. In fact, I would say we are more sexually active when we're younger, Steve. We're more set in our ways, or we're more quick to not take the bull crap at that age, which turns women on.
Trouble with getting your money right, because your money will never get right until you get your life in order.
You never get your life in order unless you get your money right. I didn't make that way. The system was created that way for us in order for rich people to get richer and poor people to remain poor. Who's going to give it to you? Who's going to just give it to you on a plate? Where in the history of humankind has that been the example that's been set where it's just given to you? Show me. And maybe I would be able to learn something from how they did it in the pursuit of us reaching that attainable goal. Because the goal is attainable, but as again I say, I repeat, we are not going to settle for the bare minimum. Now your expectations are too high and our expectations are too low. And we need to equal it a bit more. Men need to start saying, I am not going to accept that. I am not going to accept nothing.
As one of the
do you know how women act? Women act, yeah, like sex, yeah, to them is I'm doing you a favor. I'm doing you a favor by me allowing you to enter me for me to enjoy myself just as much as you or even more. Because trust me, if you used to go in there and do a 2-minute thing, that's not good enough for her. You're shamed. If you have a small thing, you're shamed for it. So you have to make it enjoyable for her. So if it's enjoyable for her, as well as it's enjoyable for me, why is it that we are under the assumption that is something valid for you to give to me in return for you giving me everything I have worked my whole entire life for? That you rejected me on my way up, on my journey up, you rejected me. But once I have what you want, now you should give me something that we both want in return. And somewhere in your brain, you think that is a fair trade. While you give what I want away to other people that hasn't given you nothing for. You lot are incredibly selfish. And I have nothing against selfish people, you know. Cause if it them ting there, them ting, you know. If it's you lot own, it's your lot own. Sorry, I'm getting my Caribbean accent because it gets me mad sometimes. But listen, what's yours is yours. Yeah, it's yours now. This applies to a lot of things. Use your brains where I'm going with this. What's yours is yours now. It could have been mine before, but it's not mine anymore. It's yours now. What's yours is yours, bro. Remember what Amiri tell you, bro. What is yours now is yours. Yeah? I am not expecting you to hand me what is yours without me giving you something worthy of you handing me what you're handing me. It's like some people, when they ask for something, they always ask with the assumption of appealing to your sensitive side, as opposed to offering something for them giving you something. And we nurture this attitude only to a certain demographic of people because we want them to remain in that state of mind. Because if you keep on asking, you have no time to give, bro. Maybe change it around and give, and then you'll have time to ask. Don't piss. Listen, this is why I got into this space in the first place, because my blood boils, because it's so simple sometimes, and how the web of problems are so related to each other, so connected to each other, from the same mistakes that keep repeating itself.
Problems. Our timing is off. So then by the time they're where they need to be, we've already been there. And so in your book, you say women should look at a man's potential. Yes. A lot of times we don't do that.
Like, I'm sorry, but I am not wifing you if you are on TV with your breast out like that. If you can't get into church like that, then you can't get into my heart like that. How about that? I don't care if you say what you say. I don't care. Yeah? I don't care, bruv. Because for me, it's good. It's appealing for me to look at right now. I'm looking at it. But then in my back of my head, I'm thinking, as I'm looking directly at them, I'm thinking, she's supposed to be in a marriage with a man. And whether she's in the marriage right now, I'm looking at another man's partner. And if I have to describe or explain why that is a problem in 2023, I'm so glad I'm not of this generation.
You know, when you say, why can't a successful black woman find a man?
Why? Frank, she got it because she's the black woman, so she understands the question.
A lot of times we have gotten to a potential place, and I have this window of time. I can't look at your potential. You want it, all of a sudden I want to own my own cattle ranch. And so I'm starting off with different
You want to own your own cattle ranch by yourself with your kids that you stole from another man. You stole it. Remember what I said before? How it could apply to anything right now. If I've given you something and it's yours now, it's yours. I have to persuade you in some form of way for me to want that which I've given you, A, and B, persuade you for you to give it to me.
I don't have time. I need you to have realized
So she is self-admitting she has not got the time, bruh.
Potential place. And I have this window of time. I can't look at your potential.
She had that window of, what's she talking about here? She's talking about the wall. The wall has always been there. It always been there. But check this out. When she was 18, the wall was there. Was she concerned about the wall? When she was 19, the wall was there. Was she concerned about the wall? 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. You see the years upon years. A decade is like 3,655 days, bro. For 3,655 days, she did not care about the wall. She did not care about being locked down. She did not care. She didn't care about you, bro. You was not good enough. She wanted Casey. She wanted JoJo. She wanted them. She did not want Carlton from Fresh Prince. She did not want him. She did not want Urkel from Family Matters. She did not want them. She wanted Tyrone and Debo from Friday. That's what she wanted. She wanted that. And then she approached a time in her life where the final furlong of her prime, to choose to take that time and that opportunity to finally find the time in her busy schedule to try and find someone worthy of settling down with. Bro, you lot girls need to start thinking, bruv. Lock down these men from early, fam. From early. Demand a ring. Demand commitment. Demand it. If you're so good, if you're so good, like if you're so perfect, why are we not asking? Message.
You want it all of a sudden. I want to own my own cattle ranch. And so I'm starting off with different. I don't have time. I need you to have realized some of your. And it's not that I'm putting you down, but it's like I'm there already.
So basically, what they've done is basically done this. Listen, I think it's completely unfair that only you guys work. You should give a space for me to work in. Okay. So as men, we've given you a space to work in. Now, when you're in the space of work, what have you done? You said, I do not want to do those crap jobs. I only want the top jobs. They only focus on getting 50. Listen to what they say when they ask for women in the workplace. Listen carefully. They always talk about top roles. Why are there not 50% of the women sweeping shit out of the gutter? Why don't they want to be plumbers and electricians and snow plowers and oil rig workmen and painters and decorators? Why don't they want to be 50% of those jobs? But CEO, boss woman, you want to be. Top flight manager of the world, you want to be. You want to have these names, these the executive, coordinated, deputy, semi-dinner of a semi-dinner. You like them names and them kind of things there. Guess what I'm doing? Guess what I bought? Guess what I did? Guess what I did? Guess what I achieved? Now, okay, as a man, yeah, that's allowed you to get into that space and peacock yourself, yeah, because now what you've done once you've entered that space is now you're doing the same thing what you claim the people that you took that space from did, and you're now doing it. So what are you doing? You're starting to flex your muscles. You're starting to say, listen, I'm a successful black woman and I don't need no broke-ass man. I don't need no criminal. We're criminals now, yeah? I don't need no uneducated man. He has to be on my level. He has to be on my level. My level. My level. Now, here's the conundrum with this attitude. Because what you would require a man to do if he was successful is to look after his family, which includes a woman, and better her financial state and her generation's financial state and her next generation's financial state. Because you can't just leave the family. You know what I'm saying? So you got to help out the family. Yeah? So when you're successful as a man, you bring up your community. When they are successful as a woman, are you bringing up the community? By you going to the Chinese woman to get your nails done, are you bringing up your community? When you go to the Asian Donny and get your hair, are you uplifting your community? When you buy your Louis Vuitton shoes and your Hermes bag, are you uplifting your community? When you have your own house and your own car and I got my own couch and my own TV, are you uplifting your community? Are you? See, it's spicy, my tongue, you know. Spicy, bruv.
I'm trying to get what I have worked so hard to have, and I'm asking for the same.
But Sherry, you're
Me.
looking at it in such a microscopic
Okay.
way. You've put potential into where he's at in terms of his career.
Right. You get it? And not only that, listen, let me tell you something about these black girls. Because I love you lot. But I realize, like throughout my short life on this earth, I've observed something from them. It's the observation that they always ask for something and then they claim that they did it on their own. So it'd be like, I live by myself, I do this boss stuff, but you have a man that comes and did that flooring, right? And you gave him a little thing for it, right? You got a man that you call to come and help you do your shopping and pack your shopping for you, right? You have a man that, you see what I'm trying to say? You have a man that when your tires messed up, you want him to change it, right? You got a man that comes and can like you and want to cook and clean your yard for you, right? And eat your thing, right? 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 So this attitude of I did it by myself, I call cap on that. Almost 80 to 90% of the time I call cap on that, bruv. Because I live this experience of man, I'm like, bruh, come on. I mean, even me, sometimes I do one or two simple stuff, but in general, nah, I can't, bro. Later, bro, I ain't doing that. You know? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Is what my brain always sticks out too. So sometimes it'd be like the juice is completely worth the squeeze because it's like, bruh, I know what's going on, but it worked the squeeze. Yeah. But then again, one man's trash is another. Anyway. Message.
There's the whole idea. There's all these different capacities. Your goals are in line with you. You want to have children, have a family, right? That's so.
Now she does.
He's part of that potential, no matter where he's at in his career.
Ask them when they're young if they want that. Is there some consistency to this thought process from adolescence to old age?
Well,
a man is always part of the potential to get me pregnant.
Let's hold up.
What? What'd she say there?
Where he's at in his career.
Well, a man is always part of the potential to get me pregnant.
Let's hold up. Let's take this potential example, and I'll use some folks that I've known almost 20 years. There was, and I talk about this in my book very briefly, the fourth-year attorney at a very prominent Chicago law firm.
Right. So he's setting up the scenario. He's a 4-year veteran of a law firm. All right. He's not a thug. He's not, he's not a rapper. Let's hear.
Let's take this potential example, and I'll use some folks that I've known almost 20 years.
He's known them for 20 years. I'm listening attentively, and I'm processing information. 20 years he's known him.
There was, and I talk about this in my book very briefly, the fourth-year attorney at a very prominent Chicago law firm.
Prominent Chicago law firm. Now, other than New Orleans, I'm sure, like I'm not like the expert on U.S. Crime and law and demographic, but I'm sure New Orleans is one of the highest, and Chicago is also up there. So it might not be number one, Chicago, but it's up there. So we're talking about a state where a lot of black men are not necessarily doing the right thing. So I would suspect that a 4-year veteran lawyer at a prominent law firm that this successful man has known for 20 years, I'm sure he is a golden egg, as we would say, in a carton of a baker's dozen worth of normal eggs. He stands out. So he might not, in terms of white people, a 4-year veteran lawyer might not stand out because they've got so many of them and so many careers that are above that. But for us, as black people, for us, a 4-year veteran lawyer is a good job. A successful person in the eyes of one black man to another black man. If you came and told me I was a 4-year veteran lawyer at a successful, prominent law firm as a black man, okay, my bro. It might not be like for my white counterparts. I'd be like, yeah, go on, G. Yeah, is that what you do? Yeah, what you know what I'm saying? Bust a little 1-2 joke and that. Like, yeah, it's a successful, but for you to do that, that's love, man. I love to see us work hard and get to them places. So he set the caricature of our hero. This is the hero in our story. Let's hear.
Who's doing extremely well. She's on her way to becoming partner.
Oh, is this a girl? Oh, she's a heroinist. What do you call female heroes? Heroine. Ninja, no, they don't. Heroin. It might be heroin.
A guy wants to date her who just got out of school, didn't have a job, had a car with a hole in it.
Oh, hell no. What? You see, he could have been Nikolai Tesla. He could have been Tesla, you know. If given the opportunities and yeah, like heroin, yeah. It's mad in it, but yeah, so okay, so she's the heroine in this scenario. Or let's find out. Because as I said before, when we have money, it's different to when you lot have money. So let's see if she's still a hero. Because now she's come up against a situation where she's required to use her hero skills to save the day. Now we need to find out if she's going to save the day, yeah, because this guy is in distress. We don't know what his situation is, where he's come from, what has happened to him, and why he's in the predicament that he is in right now. But what we do know, he's in a predicament. He's broke. Let's hear what he says.
It's in my book, very briefly. The fourth-year attorney at a very prominent Chicago law firm who's doing extremely well. She's on her way to becoming a partner. Mm-hmm. A guy wants to date her who just got out of school.
He just got out of school. So he might have been studying actuary of science and one day is going to make £750,000 a year. Listen, we don't know what he's studying. He could have been studying engineering. He could have been studying architecture or any of the STEMs, which he highly might be studying. Okay, because for a man to go to uni in these modern times, as we know from research, highly likely STEM role or business or in that general direction or trade in that direction. So he's broke now, but will he be broke in the future? And can I help him in my situation get to where he needs to get to quicker? So in the hopes that he is where he is quicker, we enjoy the fruits of our labor much quicker. This is how other races of people work. Let's see if his friend works like that.
Have a job, had a car with a hole in it, had no money, but she's a very successful lawyer. And she's actually even practicing in her hometown where she has incredible relationships. He's not even from the town. He doesn't know anybody.
He don't know anyone there. He hasn't got a network yet of people that he could tap into. Because, listen, funny, it's mad. I don't even want to sidetrack the issue. But let's just paraphrase it down to this little phrase. Successful people remain successful because they surround themselves with successful people. Just a paraphrase of like what I'm trying to get to of the gist. So he hasn't got a network around him. He hasn't built that up yet, which he can, because she's from that area and she's in the network. So her being with him would bring him into a network somewhat of people that are also in that same category. Tell me if I'm fair with this characterization of what's going on here.
She saw potential in him. In fact, she saw it so much that when they were married, she was the primary breadwinner in the...
Yeah, Max, I see you. Notice the additional E. The heroine. E.
...family for the first 10, maybe more years in the family. Now he's president of the United States and she's the first lady.
Okay.
That...
Okay.
Woo! Did you hear that? King, did you hear that? Do you know what he's talking about there? Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Oh, man. I love it. You can't get better than that. She took her man, the broke man he was. He just came out of school. She took him as he was. And she turned him into the most powerful man in the world, the President of the United States of America. That's what a successful black woman that has time on her hands to make her man successful, that's what happens to them. This is what black people achieve when they work together. They become the first lady and the first man of the free world. The leader of the free world. She put a little hope in him till he had so much hope. He came around to black people and told them about hope and change. That's how much hope she put in him. That's why I ain't got time for these dumb O'Shea, dumb Jackson guys, bruv. And these Abu and Peaches guys, bro. I ain't got time for them, bruv. They're like fecal matter at the bottom of my Nike trainers, bruv. Because they focus too much on the negativity of blackness, bruv. They focus too much on the negativity of whiteness, bruv. Instead of worrying about becoming successful like this, like how? How does she do it?
In the family for the first 10, maybe more years in the family. Now he's president of the United States and she's the first lady.
Okay.
That's like dropping the mic, bro. That's like dropping the mic. But think about this. Who are these girls that they produced? Who are they around? Who are they around? Because now their mum and their dad have elevated them to a successful position and a successful environment. Powerful environment. So now they are around powerful people. They are in the most expensive, best schools. They are dressing in expensive clothes. They're wearing what rich people would wear. They're smelling like rich people. They're flying like rich people. They're educated like rich people. But because there is a lack of that in the black community, who do you think the successful black woman, the black girl, will end up with? Who's she surrounded by? Can you blame her? Can you blame them? This is the problem with us, bruv.
That is dating potential.
But let me tell you something about that potential.
King, should I end it here? Because I thought that was a mic drop there. I actually thought that was a mic drop there. I thought that was a mic drop. I was going to leave it there in terms of this live. But listen, if you enjoyed it, man, if you enjoyed it, click that like button. Trust me, the algorithm works. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. 80% or 90% of you are not subscribed. We've got over 1,700 views or 1,600 views in little under a week, man. I have so many videos that's in production right now, getting edited and done right now. So this channel is now started. This is just season 1. Yeah. To understand what's going to happen here. I have not even got moderators yet. I'm now learning about how much seconds I have to press in order for YouTube not to feel violated. Like, I'm getting there. So I've got 4 people so far. All I need is one more person that watched my live so I could rate all of the people that showed the love. So far, yeah, Max Power, Doug, Gale at Night, and who was the other one, guys? There was one more. I don't want to miss out. Sean D. Sa. Trust me, in the years to come, I would keep this, and so I know exactly how this started. Because when you start somewhere, you have to know it. When you're in the middle of something, you have to know how you started. But that back to that final thought on this. Let me get to a final thought on this, because I got to dunk on these man for about 2 more minutes, if you allow me the time to just dunk on these guys for 2 minutes, because we have a podcast that's going to start in a little bit. So I have a lot of work to do. But listen, my final thoughts on that is this. He created a scenario where the black woman in this story was the heroine. She was the heroine. She was the heroine in this story because she was a successful lawyer, working at a successful law firm. I don't know if she was a lawyer or not, but she's working at a successful law firm, and she meets a man, and they hit it off. She did not have the list on her list, her dumb list. He needs to be able to cane roll my hair. He needs to be able to look after my son, because she didn't have no children. He needs to be able to do this, be able to do that, be able to do this. No, she said, look at successful, sexy black man right in front of me. That's what she said. I could see the potential of this man. This man is going to take over the world. I could see it in him. He might not see it in himself yet, but I see it in him. She took a chance with life, with this man. And this man took her ass to the White House. I thought that was a perfect mic drop. A perfect example for if they wanted to find an example of how they should be trying to achieve greatness. I thought that was the perfect example. And knowing my beautiful women, my beautiful people that we call black women, I just knew a butt arm was going to come. Bro, how do you butt arm Barack Obama, bro? These girls are so crazy. But listen, this is the end of the stream, man. The next one is going to be mud. Trust me, it's going to be mud. Like, I got foresight, bro. I could actually see where this is heading. And it's heading to places bright and clear, man. We're tired of a people of the dungeons dark and grim, as my father would say. And with that, I would like to thank you for listening. I would like to thank you for showing me love. And I would like for us to become a family. So from one Zamundite to another Zamundan. Peace. I'm out. Yeah! Man.